Hi lovelies, welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today we are going to stuff my husband's last check of the month. This is what takes care of all of my cash funds, a little bit of sinking funds, and a little bit of savings challenges, just totally depending on how much he got paid. This was one of his better paychecks, yay! He has worked a lot of time. He's creeped up really close to 40 hours, if not 40 hours every week. His company does not allow him to get overtime, and he has like once or twice, and they lit his boss up. So maxed out, this is pretty close to a max paycheck for us. We are going to be stuffing $604. Again, most of that goes into our cash envelopes. If you're new here, I would really love if you would take a second and push subscribe down below. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and spending a little bit more of your time with me. I can't begin to tell you how much I appreciate that you come back every week. So I believe if I'm going to spend it, I should set money aside for it. One of those is fast food. Sometimes that's a fast food restaurant. Sometimes that's dining out. It just all depends on what we feel like. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This has fluctuated anywhere from $100 up to $120. Last week I did 110, or the last 2 weeks I did 110. You notice it's empty. So we are going to put in 120 this week. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This lives in my wallet. I have a long wallet that zips closed, and this lives in there. I don't know if you can tell, but it's getting a little beaten up. I've retaped it, I think, twice, but whatever it takes to keep my envelope working for me. So let's stuff our fast food, and that'll go back in my wallet in a little bit. Up next is gas. So I haven't decided and figured out exactly how much we need for gas. I've recently changed jobs. When I changed jobs, I now no longer drive all over the place. I used to drive a whole lot, but now I no longer drive all over. But my husband's truck, we've started to put, this is the biggest chunk of what this gas money is for my husband's truck now, not my car. So still playing with figuring out exactly what we need. So we're going to put 100 into here this week, and there is 20 left in there. Now we did go to the gas station yesterday, day before. So basically I know this 20 or this 40 is, I think I said there was 20 left in there. I know how to count, really. I promise, guys, there's 40 left in there. This 40 is basically spent already. We put things on the credit card, earn cash back is what we do. So because of that, there's sometimes money in envelopes that really isn't there. It's like fake money, but that's because I knew it was in here to be able to go get spent. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 140 for gas when we get to it. Groceries. So I hate groceries. 1, I hate grocery shopping, and 2, I hate cooking, which makes buying groceries the most atrocious thing ever. Because of all of that, we, how much actually goes in here fluctuates all the time. Sometimes it's 200, sometimes it's 250, 2 times it's 275, sometimes it's 300. This time it's 300. I actually went grocery shopping a couple days ago. I spent way too much money at the grocery. I actually spent like $400, I think, and $10. So really, most of what's in this envelope has already been spent. 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 47, 48, $485. And I believe 410 is what I spent the other day at the grocery store. So most of this has already been spent. Again, I put it on the credit card so that I can earn some points, a little bit of cash back. You have to be careful though. I have had to re-budget some of these categories, like paper and toiletries. I was couponing again for a while, and it was on sale, and I had a coupon, and I went ahead and bought it. And next thing I knew, because I wasn't using cash and I was using my card, I had to re-budget totally a couple checks ago to make sure that I had enough to pay the credit card. So you've got to be careful in using that credit card and knowing that you've got to reallocate and remove money around when you need to for your cash funds so that you can pay for them. My youngest gets a small allowance. We're going to stuff 10 in there. Paper products is going to get a $20 bill. For those of you that are have been around for a while, sorry, I'm going to retell this story. For those of you that are new, the reason I have separate envelopes for paper products and for toiletries is years ago, I would go grocery shopping and I'd come home and my husband would like, so how much did you spend? And I'd say, oh, I spent $200, but like 60 of that was on this, and this, which weren't groceries. And he's like, no, I asked how much did you spend on groceries? So I actually split that bill up into different buckets some time ago. I have to tell you, I absolutely love it. I do my best to not get paper products or toiletries when I go to the grocery store. Instead, I make special trips for them, and I know exactly how much I have to spend, and I load the cart up and I spend almost every penny that is inside of here. So that's why I have different categories, because I find it beneficial to my grocery budget. It allows me to get $400 worth of groceries, not groceries and some toilet paper and some water and some deodorant and some toothpaste. No, now I know my grocery bill is pure groceries, and I love that strategy. All right, let's see how much we have in paper products. 2, 4, 5, 6, $65. All right, pet is going to get a $10 bill. My husband has an addiction to feeding the birds. That's where most of this goes, is bird food. 10, 20, 30, 40. It also goes to stuff to treat the yard, because we have strays all over the place who bring in fleas, who then try to give them to my dog. All right, RV. So if you've been around for a while, you know that I have an RV. I love my RV. We pull the RV behind the truck, but well, the RV's had some problems, and it has not actually moved out of the yard in over a year now. Because of that, we actually sold the RV. Because I have been doing such a great job doing my debt pay down, we actually made roughly $6,500 on it. Still had to pay a loan off on it, but now this monthly payment will be going into our money market every month instead. It should be paying down my debt. However, my husband doesn't believe in paying down debt. He thinks that everyone's just going to die with debt, and I don't want to die with debt. I want to get rid of debt as fast as I can. So I can't put this into my next debt to bring it down fast, because, well, he knows that that money's not being spent on the RV anymore. So instead, we're going to put it into savings and use it. We've got a wedding later this year for my daughter, so we're going to start using the RV payment to help pay down some of that stuff. Our cash, that's for me to go spending. I have recent birthday money in here on top of, I give myself $20. Basically, this $20 every 2 weeks is Dunkin'. I have an addiction, a big addiction. Dunkin' steals my money right out of my wallet, but I allow them to, so what can you do, right? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, $110. And up last are toiletries, which is going to get $15. All right, 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, $29. All right, and those are our cash funds. This is 2 weeks worth of money for us. Some of this will not get spent, like paper products. I don't intend on going out and buying any right now, so that's maybe for 2 weeks, but really this is a build up and grow. Same thing with toiletries, it is a build up and grow. Now, I know I owe the credit card like $20. Again, Dunkin' keeps stealing my money. I wish I could get that under control. And then fast food will be probably blown through in the next 2 weeks as well. But all of this, the intent is for a 2-week time frame. All right, so we're going to actually set this to the side back there. Up next are our cash funds and sinking funds. Now, I have way too many of all of the above. I know that. I try to stash a little bit for, well, anything and everything. That probably is not the best methodology when you start, but that's where I did. All right, so let's get things in where they need to go. Up first is school. Although school actually is coming to an end, and by the time I post this video, school will be over, I need to start saving for school for next year, for our school supplies, for our, how much is going in here? 5. For a little bit of new clothes. It won't pay for a lot of new clothes because, well, I've got a teenage boy that just keeps growing, but really the intent for this is anything he needs to start the beginning of the school year with, as far as school supplies, books, extra things for ROTC, anything he could need, backpack, those kinds of things. So there should be 58, 55, 56, 57, 58. And we will continue to grow this all summer. When summer school or when back to school sales start, I know I have the cash to go get things for him and I don't have to worry that I don't have the money for it. If you have kids in school, I strongly recommend that even over the summer, you put aside a little bit of money so that when things do go on sale in September, October, maybe August, whenever they go back on sale, you have everything ready to go. Oh, and these cute envelopes actually came from the Budget Mom. All of these I made. There are multiple levels of Rosa's cheapness. One is just take a bank envelope cheapness. One is I made my own envelopes, and the other is I printed them. And this for me was the most expensive option because I had to pay for ink. But if regardless what budget you have, I don't have any of those cool binders. One, I'm too cheap, and two, most of them are just outside of my price range. I want to spend my money on some of the other things. But just know that if you have the money for that, and that's what you've set it aside for, go get it. Make it as cute and as adorable as you want. But the reality is, guys, you can be cheap, the cheapest Rosa that you have, and that's just using bank envelopes, and you just collect them over time and write on them. Or you can make your own. Or you can even use actual envelopes that you can buy. These are like I think I paid like $5 for a thing of envelopes the other day. So just lots of different options if you are new to budgeting and you just don't have the money to get all those cute things. You build up to those cute things, if you ask me. All right, so that was school. Up next is car maintenance. It is going to get $2 whole whopping. $123. Again, not much is going in some of these, and that's just because I like to give a little bit to a variety instead of putting a big chunk into something sometimes. So 5, 10, that's 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 120, 21, 22, 23. Matches beautifully. All right, up next, clothing is getting $2 itself. So let's add today's date plus 2, which gives me $42. 20, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42. Now I do have to work on buffering this up in a hurry because again, a teenage boy is going to need all new clothes come the end of summer. He also needs a couple new shorts for summer. Debt pay down. Although I am not paying on the RV anymore, this is now all going towards my car. I actually was able to take the extra on the car and I paid it, or sorry, the extra that we made on the RV, and I was able to pay it on the car. So that was really, really exciting. $765. Trying to see how fast we can make that car payment go away. $370 to my pocket every month. Oh, can't wait for that. All right, there should be $765 in here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 76. That's $765. That matches. So that will be part of next month's car payment. All right, up next is emergency. We're not putting any in dentist. I do have 2 emergency funds. Right now, all of this is going to go into here. We actually, my husband's brother, I think I said this a while back, I don't remember, but his apartment caught on fire. That's a lie. The lady above him, her apartment caught on fire, which then, as it all went up in flames and the fire department came and hosed everything down and it wetted it. It got everything all wet and soggy. It all fell into his apartment. So needless to say, he was struggling a little bit. So we were able to send him some extra money. So this $10 that I'm going to put in here actually is to help pay back. I stole it out of somewhere else because there wasn't 170 in here. So just trying to build this back up as quickly as I can so that when something else happens, it's an emergency, I can just go, here's the money for it. So 177 should be in here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 177. So it'll be nice to be able to take care of all of that and move money back around. Our daughter is getting married. Working on a little bit of a savings challenge. I'm doing the 100 envelope savings challenge for her. Now, I try to save up and stuff my little savings challenge envelope, get it lots of money full, and then I go stuff my things. But they're index cards. Again, guys, I'm cheap. I try to figure out a way where I can use things that I already have around the house. So this is e-wedding. We're gonna put 25 in here. All right, 25 in there, and then we will later go in and stuff the savings challenge. I also reuse my envelopes. This used to be an old cash envelope that I used for myself. I've scratched it out and now I'm using the other side. Family time. Let's get back. That's not getting any family time. So for some reason I thought we were gonna find time to go to the blueberry farm. Guess what? They closed this weekend. So that's not happening. So this will probably start to build and accumulate for my daughter's wedding. Or maybe we'll do something over the summer before then. I'm not really sure. So there should be 35, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, $35. All right, house repair. Let's get back to home repair. My gosh. So when you own a home, guys, there are all kinds of things that you have to repair as time goes on. We need new vinyl siding. So most of our house is brick, but the top portion of it is vinyl siding before you get to the roof. And oh my gosh, the other day, my son comes in and he shows me this picture of the vinyl siding on one part of the house and it's pulled away from the house. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and my husband started to freak out. So home repair is a never-ending story when you own a home, but that's what happens. So I always make sure that I try to add some extra money into my home repair, whether it is my savings challenge. I do have a savings challenge home repair envelope, but we were in need of vinyl siding. So we're gonna start working on getting this together. So 122, 10, 20, or 10, 12, that's 120, 21, 22. All right, up next, our youngest turns 16 next year. So we are in the process of saving up for a new car for him. Every little bit gets us one step closer. So yes, I'm only putting in $2, but I now have $506 that I did not have before I started this account for him. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 500, 501, 2, 3, 4, 5, 506. All right, up next, land. We have way too many things that my husband wants. Land is one of them. We are headed to Tennessee for my daughter's wedding later this year, and I am really afraid that he is going to come home with a huge, we're gonna have to sell everything and move to Tennessee. So I'm starting to kind of supplement and see about getting more in here, just because I know that this is going to be we have to have land up there, Rosa. All right, so there should be 349, 10, 20, 25, 30, 32, that's 320, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 349. Medical, I know you're gonna hear the same story again. It's my favorite envelope. My favorite envelope. We have weird allergies in our house, and because of that, I need this envelope more than anybody realizes. Those weird allergies require expensive medicines. All right, 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, that's 280, 285, 290, 91, 92, 293. I don't think I know how to add today. 51, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 180, 85, 90, 91, 92, 93. $193. That's probably what I counted the first time, but who knows, right? All right, my favorite envelope. Miscellaneous is also going to get a folder. Now, I know, for those of you that are watching this and you're going, Rosa, you have way too many sinking funds. I know I do. However, there actually are things that I realize at certain points that I do not have envelopes for. So I have a miscellaneous just for that purpose. There should be 47, 20, 40, 45, 46, 47. Like, I didn't pull it out this time, but we have a garden envelope. Before we got a garden envelope, do you know where this money came from? Miscellaneous. And that's because there are always things that I don't take into account that we're going to spend money on. So I figure I'll stash a little bit of it here. New vehicle. Although we no longer need a new vehicle to pull the RV, my husband still is in need of a new vehicle. And with payments on mine, I really don't want to get into a new payment for him. I know that sounds really awful, but I really don't. So trying to come up with a decent down payment so that we can offset some of when he does just lose his mind and we have to go get him one now. All right, so 389, 10, 20, 30, 35, 37, 370, 75, 80, 380, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 389. Very nice. All right, savings. So just because we are putting the old RV payment into our money market account doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing what I was already doing for savings for my husband, and that was roughly $20 to $30 every one of his paycheck goes into a cash savings that we have that is just spendable, blowable when we just have to and cannot resist ourselves. So I take what's in this envelope from time to time, move it on over. So there is really only $20 in here. When it gets to about 100 is when I move it out and into another spot so that we can get to that spendable money a little easier. Up next, vacation gas with a wedding in Tennessee and my husband's truck that, oh, we need a new thing. Give me just a second while I talk and find one. And with my husband's truck, which does not get a whole lot of money or a whole lot of gas mileage, we need to make sure that we have gas. So vacation gas, we started at $3.28 and we are going to add $10 to it. So that should give me $3.38. All right, 10, 20, 30, 32, 33, 330, 35, 36, 37, 338. Very nice. But that's specifically for, it used to be to pull the RV, but now it's just going to be extra money for gas because when you only get 12 to 13 miles a gallon, you go through a lot of gas really quickly. All right, and then the very last thing that I'm going to put my remaining $5 into is I have a new 1 month ahead savings challenge that I am working, and it will go into there. Oh, look at there, it's the first $5 to go in since I've actually gone in and done it. So very cool. So we will put that there, stick this into here, and that is my husband's last check of the month. Roughly $604 went into, again, all of our cash funds have been filled for the next 2 weeks. And then amazingly, a lot of our sinking funds got some cash. And yes, it was $2, but guys, $2 is more than what I had in all of them before. And then we got some extra money into our savings challenges. So stinking excited. If you haven't already, please take a second, hit subscribe, thumbs up down below. I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.